Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of our Civil Litigation Mock Trial course by the Dear Core Daniel School of Law. And on today's class, we are talking about the Draft of Memorandum of Appearance. Draft of Memorandum of Appearance. Don't forget that during the course of this module, we talked about commencement of actions in High Court, right? Commencement of actions in High Court, both the High Court of Lagos and the High Court of the FCT. And I told you that after the claimant has filed all the necessary documents that he needs to file, especially when he's commencing an action by a writ of summons, right? There are certain documents that ought to accompany that. By now, I expect that you know all the documents to accompany your writ of summons. I told you that the moment the claimant, does that, and he does everything he's supposed to do at the registry, which means that he has carried all the documents, he has submitted it to the registry, he has paid the filing fee. Do not forget that if you don't carry all your documents in Lagos, then your action is a nullity. But if it is in Abuja, then the registrar ought not to collect it. If the registrar, by some mistake, collects it, then it is a mere irregularity that can be regularized, right? I already made the dichotomy between the effect of not carrying all your documents both in Lagos and in Abuja. And I also taught you about, the effect of knowing when an action is said to have commenced for certain things, one of which is to know when statute of limitation will run and all that. Now, when that action has successfully commenced, right, and the writ has been issued by the registrar, what is the next thing as a lawyer that you are supposed to do? You are supposed to make sure that the bailiff of the court serves the processes, right? This is very important. Make sure that the bailiff of the court serve the processes on the defendant. Now, when the bailiff of the court serve the processes on the defendant, what is the next thing? The moment the bailiff serves the processes, then within how many days in Abuja is the defendant supposed to enter appearance? That's number one. Number two, how does the defendant enter appearance? Those are two questions, right? So if you are in Abuja, right, the defendant is supposed to enter appearance within 14 days, right? If you are in Lagos, the defendant is supposed to enter appearance within 42 days, right? Now, when you are entering appearance, what mode do you use to enter appearance? When you are at the High Court, you enter appearance by what is known as a memorandum of appearance. You are supposed to file a memorandum of appearance. And this class is basically supposed to be, how do you draft a memorandum of appearance? The reason I am having to teach this class is because it is important, extremely important for our mock trials when we start them, and also for law school. They always ask the question as to how you defend an action. What is the first thing that you are supposed to file when you are defending an action? The first thing you ought to file is your memorandum of appearance, showing that you are entering appearance on behalf of the defendant. Do you understand? Now, when you are filing your memorandum of appearance or drafting your memorandum of appearance, it is important that, first of all, the heading of the court. I already taught you when I was teaching you our, summary summons. I taught you that the heading of the court is quintessential, right? So you have something like, in the High Court of Lagos State, in the Lagos Judicial Division holding at Lagos, right? You don't need to have in the High Court of Lagos State, in the Ekpe Judicial Division, in the Surulere Judicial Division. Is nothing like that. In the High Court of Lagos State, in the Lagos Judicial Division, when I say there is nothing like that, I am saying it for the purpose of law school. In the Lagos Judicial Division is fine, holding at Lagos is fine. Do you understand? Now, for the sake of the mock trial course as well, just saying in the Lagos Judicial Division, holding at Lagos is also fine. Then you have the suit number. I told you there is mark awarded for the suit number, even if it is left blank. Although I would advise that you fill it up with something, just write something there, right? The suit number and the heading of the court, there are marks awarded for that. Now, between the parties, I have taught you parties to an action. So therefore, you are supposed to look at the question and you are supposed to know who is claimant, who is defendant. Do you understand? You have the claimant, you have the defendant. Then the heading is then going to be memorandum of appearance. Now, do not forget that you have two kinds of appearance. You have the unconditional appearance and you have the conditional appearance. Now, what we see here is the unconditional appearance. That means you are entering appearance in itself. You are submitting yourself to the jurisdiction of the court. Now, if you are filing a conditional appearance, you can then write conditional memorandum of appearance or appearance under protest. But I would advise that you write conditional memorandum of appearance. Do you understand? That should be your heading. Then the next thing after that should then be, please enter appearance for, you will now write the defendant's name in full, sued as the defendant in this action. Please enter appearance for, you write defendant's name in full, then you say sued as the defendant in this action. If it were a conditional appearance, then you will say, please enter conditional appearance for, then you write the defendant's name, sued as the defendant in this action. Do you understand? You can see that it is extremely simple. In fact, if you find a question like this in bar finance that tells you to draft a memorandum of appearance, you are supposed to shout, "Oh, thank you, Jesus," because it is in 2 minutes you have drafted what you need to draft. You have moved on to the next question. 2 minutes. In short, it's not even supposed to be up to 2 minutes. It's not one line. Memorandum of appearance. Please enter appearance for Nagico Nigeria Limited, sued as defendant in this action. Dated. Now, there are certain things that they want to see at law school. Number one, they want to see the heading of the court. Very important. They want to see the suit number. Number three, they want to see that your parties, they want to know that you drafted the parties well. I have taught you parties to an action. If it's a child, how do you draft? If it's a company, how do you draft? If it's executors suing on behalf of an estate, how do you draft? If it's trustees, how do you draft? If it's power of attorney, how do you draft? All those things, those little things here and there. What if it is a class action or suing in a representative capacity? They already ask class action. So suing in a representative capacity is more likely to come out very frequently. How do you draft? That's what they want to see in that drafting section, right? One side is claimant, the other side is defendant. Do you understand that? And then they want to see the heading. If they say that you are supposed to draft his entering appearance, they didn't say his entering appearance conditionally. They said that the defendant wants to enter appearance, then file or draft the necessary documents. Now, if you see that kind of question, you know that it's memorandum of appearance. You write memorandum of appearance. Please enter appearance for so person sued as defendant in this action. Full stop. No long story. And then dated. That dated, extremely important. Right? Extremely important. Then, if you look at what we have said so far, everything here can be 3 marks. The heading, half. Suit number, half. Parties, 1. That's 2. The memorandum of appearance, half. Everything that you wrote there, half. Dated, half. That's about 3 marks already. Then you now look at your name first, the name of your chamber, then you write defendant counsel because you are the one entering appearance. Defendant counsel, right? And then you write your address, your name first. Note that your chamber should not come before your name. Your name should come before your chamber. So your name first, right? Then your chamber next, right? That's your law firm. And then defendant counsel. You must write who are you representing. Are you the claimant counsel or the defendant counsel? You must write it immediately after the law firm, right? Then after that, you then write your address, then your email address, then your phone number. Your address, that's your law firm's address, your email address, then your phone number. You see, in that order must it go. And that is about 1 mark or half mark. If you are able to get that half mark there, then you write for service on. For service on, you also put the name of the claimant counsel, the person to receive service, the name of the claimant's counsel, the firm of the claimant's counsel, then you write claimant's counsel, then you write the address, then you write the email, then you write the phone number. The moment you understand, name of firm, who is he? Whose counsel is he? Is he the claimant or the defendant? The address of the firm, the email address, and the phone number. Simple. That would be like 1 mark or 2 marks for both of them. The moment you've gotten the both of them, that's all. Can see this thing is not hard. It's not hard at all. So when they say draft a memorandum of appearance, but they will not tell you to draft memorandum of appearance like that. This is how they will say it. After they've given you the question, they will ask you, what are the things the claimants are supposed to file? Okay, after you've written all that, they will now ask you maybe in the G or H or I, They will now ask you to put it somewhere around there. The defendant intends to defend this action, draft the necessary process in order for the defendant to defend. The first process you are supposed to file is your memorandum of appearance, right? It's your memorandum of appearance. That's the first process. So they will not tell you, they will not tell you draft memorandum of appearance for the defendant. They will not tell you that. You are the one who is supposed to know that when you want to defend an action in the High Court, the first process you file is your memorandum of appearance. Then you now file your pleadings. If you are in Abuja, you accompany your pleadings within 21 days. You have 14 days to file your memorandum of appearance in Abuja. Then you must accompany the pleadings in 21 days, right? Which is 7 days apart from the deadline of the memorandum of appearance. If you get what I mean. You are supposed to file your memorandum of appearance within 14 days of the service of the originating process. Now, you are now supposed to file your pleadings and accompanying documents within 21 days of the service of the originating process. Not 21 days of you filing your memorandum of appearance. No, of the service of the originating process. Do you understand that? So if you go by that, you would see that it's just 7 days apart between the deadline of the memorandum of appearance and that of the originating process. Then you then move further to Lagos. In Lagos, it's 42 days. Whether or not you are filing memorandum of appearance or you are filing statement of defense, whatever it is that you are doing, it is 42 days. Do you understand what I mean? It is 42 days. So the most important thing, for the sake of law school, please watch out when they tell you how are you expected to defend, how is the defendant expected to defend, and file any process that will enable the defendant to defend, then you know that what you ought to file is the memorandum of appearance. Simple and short. We've learned how to file the memorandum of appearance, and I believe that we have done a good job therefore. And I will see you in our next class where we'll discuss other drafts for our civil litigation class. I'll see you in our next class. Have a very wonderful day.